I just got done recording a visual novel video, so if I sound out of it, it's because I was literally speaking and reading lines for like a full hour long, bro. If you make YouTube videos as well, you know how tiring doing visual novels are, especially when they have no voice acting, because you're saying every single line and them hoes progress slow. So it's not like you can only do like a 30-minute video. You gotta go in for an hour with just straight reading, bro. It kills your voice, really. Anyways, we're here, Elusive Samurai. I am almost done getting caught up with the anime I wanted to watch from summer season, even though the fall season has already started. I got like 10 more, so I don't know why I'm saying I'm almost done, but I'm getting there. Anyways, we start off the anime with MC, obviously. MC is this young boy. He lives his life carefree, which is pretty normal until you find out he's in line to be the next shogun. This takes place in like old Japan, so you know they got samurais and all that, so obviously the role of shogun is pretty important, but you know he lives his life on the edge, all carelessly, skipping out on duties, acting informal, you know the latter. One day when he's out doing something he ain't supposed to do, this random priest pulls up on him. Basically, he starts spitting some bullshit, talking about he can see into the future. Cool spoiler, it's not bullshit, and he can actually see into the future. So he comes to the boy and says, in 2 years, you're gonna be a great warrior. And then literally 5 minutes later, his whole family and his whole town gets slaughtered by this nigga. His name is like Takauji or something. He's pretty much the main villain of this show. Even though he doesn't get too many appearances, he's pretty important. He used to work under MC's family, but then he just turned around with his soldiers and then killed everybody in here and took the land for himself. Everybody died except MC. And then that's when the priest reappears. Basically, he just came to pick bro up after everybody got killed. If he knew this shit was gonna happen, I don't know why he ain't give a fair warning, but I guess it's in his plans. Now, I am not exaggerating when I say this little running away scene is beyond hard. It's beyond hard. Pause. I love the art style in this show. The choreography, the art style, and there's just random art changes. It's so fire. Like, you see this shit? And then they just walk away in a straight line while arrows are flying at them, and they're not even budging or nothing. This is so fire. Like, I'm gonna keep it a stack with you right now. A lot of stuff doesn't happen in this show. Like, there's not that many major moments. Not saying it's a bad show, but there's not that many major impactful moments in the show. It's a pretty steady paced show. But what I'm trying to say is the art in this is so fire. It could have no words and it's gonna be peak. They could have made this a storyless thing and I would have watched this, because the art and fighting in this show are so fire. It is so fire, I mean. Now, it's pretty obvious that MC is probably going through it, because you know he had his whole family slaughtered and all of his people. By the way, this anime does not spare on the gore. I probably should have mentioned that at the start, but they do not spare on it. I won't say it's detailed like other shows, but they do not spare on the blood. Anyways, after traveling with the priest for a minute, he gets these 3 new teammates. Since you know he's a priest, he works at a shrine, but it's more like a warrior shrine because there's a lot of strong niggas up in there. Now, basically, since MC's whole clan is dead, he's officially the leader of it, so he ends up hiring these 3 as retainers, but basically they're just new homies who are being added to the main team. Now, one day while MC is out chilling, one of his uncles try to hunt him down. One of his uncles switched sides and betrayed the family. That's why he's still around, because I said the family got slaughtered. So the uncle was trying to kill MC, but MC already knew this and planned ahead of time. And that homie's sitting in the back finna stab him in the back, but this nigga blocks this shit efficiently. When I'm telling you, that block was so hard. I wish I could show scenes fully, but you know that's copyright like hell. Just go watch this anime yourself, obviously. But this little block was so tough, especially when you look at the nigga, you feel like this is some weak ass nigga, but then he tees up out of nowhere. Like, they was jumping this nigga, but he was still cooking. Mind you though, these are only kids, so you can't really expect them to put in much work against a grown nigga. But still, this boy was cooking, I can't lie. But so is MC. Here comes in MC's little thing, because I know you was probably wondering what MC got going on. I know you saw that transition. This shit tough as fuck. Now, basically, hence the title, he's an elusive samurai. Long story short, he put all his attributes into dodging. He weaves everything efficiently, so he locks in against his uncle and murks that boy off. I'm telling you, once once again, watch this fucking show. These fights are crazy. Now back to that Takauji nigga from earlier I just mentioned, who is the final villain or the main villain. Basically, he knew MC is still alive, so he sends this weird ass nigga on him. Bro, the way this nigga's eyes pop out his skull kind of pisses me off, low-key. He looks weird as hell. I can't lie and say he's not tough though. With those eyes, he literally sees niggas from miles away. He spots the nigga literally miles away, and he's cold as fuck with the bow. As much as them eyes piss me off, he is cold. Now, even though he saw MC, he doesn't know MC is MC, you know? He just sees MC as a child. He doesn't know his identity. Even though he came from the Shogun's family, it's not like his identity was like public information, so not many people know what MC actually looks like. So basically, the priest made this competition with the archery nigga. Basically, when the archery dude came trying to find MC, the priest says, hey, y'all two are gonna have a battle in archery, and whoever wins gets their way. Now, obviously, that nigga's gonna take up that fucking challenge because he's pretty goated when it comes to the archery shit. But MC's pretty good with that elusive shit. So he does a spin around and hits this nigga in the neck. Now, as you can see, they're riding on horses. If you watch this moment, it's way more impactful than me telling you he just got shot in the neck. But this nigga dead contorted his whole body while moving on a horse and caught his neck. This scene was beyond hard. Don't mind the CGI. I was literally shitting on CGI a minute ago, but that's only when it looks bad. The CGI looks good. I don't have problems with CGI as long as it looks good. But the CGI and failure frame is so but whatever, past the archery nigga, the same episode they run into this ninja, and this ninja ends up joining MC's party. There's not much to say about the ninja, just know he's saucy as hell like everybody else in this show, because everybody else has to look cool as fuck for no reason. They really be giving the nobodies cool ass transformations and shit, and cool ass art scenes. Not saying that the ninja's a nobody, put respect on that boy Gemba's name. I'm mainly talking about the archery nigga. He really a nobody, but he be getting some clean ass scenes. Speaking of clean ass scenes, we get a scene with Takauji fighting a battle, and bro, this nigga is cold. He literally killed this whole crowd just by flicking his wrist, and he decapitated all of them. He just standing there like nothing's happening. This nigga Takauji is cold as fuck. Bro, I need these niggas to work on this season 2 immediately, because I need to see MC and him fight. It's gonna be fight of the year automatically. Sadly, anime like this rarely get second seasons. It's so cold though. And then right after killing all them niggas, he starts tripping off LSD. Now let's get on to pretty much the final arc in this show. I know I really feel like I haven't talked about shit in this whole video, but like I said, many major points in this show. It's a lot of slice of life shit in here, low-key. They're gonna travel to this village that's kind of in their territory just to scout it out. While they're on their way, they get attacked by this random nigga, and to no surprise, he's just as saucy as every other nigga in this show. This nigga is so cold. He was piecing up everybody while getting jumps, but then he stopped fighting after he notices that they're not enemies. He just attacked them because he assumed they were bad niggas, even though they're literal children. But then again, so is he. He's just a little bit older. Basically, he lives in the village that was going to. So they all go back, chill in this village for a minute, but then out of nowhere, the village starts getting attacked by a sector of Takauji's army. Well, actually, it's a sector of a sector. I'm not really sure how armies and shit work. I've never worked in military a day in my life, but basically the archery dude works under Takauji, but the person commanding this army works under the archery dude, and that's this nigga right here. And basically this army came to take over this village because it's in the territory. My bad though, I got sidetracked back to where I was. Basically MC ends up 1v1ing the general of this army, and I can't even lie to you, bro, the general is sick as fuck, and not in the good way. I mean, just look at this nigga and you know he be on some bullshit. Basically this nigga was talking about killing people's parents and then kidnapping them, so at least if they get out they won't have any home to return to. So you know this nigga's borderline evil, but it's pretty obvious he's evil if he's working under Takauji. Now before I get onto MC's fight with the general, let me give some praise to the side characters. They put in their work on the side fighting these other, I won't say generals, but like sub-generals, I don't know what you call them, people who are under the general but aren't foot soldiers. And blue hair dude from earlier put in work. He's saucy as fuck. He low-key might be one of my favorite characters characters in this show. There's a lot of cool ass characters in this show, genuinely. Back to MC though. MC ends up landing a hit on this nigga, but you know, it's just a cut to the wrist. So this nigga's not really paying no mind to it. But this is when you figure out MC low key on some bullshit too. I mean, you already knew it because you know he be tweaking out sometimes. But after cutting this nigga started smiling. He ain't feeling no fear or nothing. He is genuinely happy to see this nigga spray blood. And then after landing that one hit, MC just stops attacking in general. He just starts perfect dodging every single attack. His plan was just to let this nigga bleed out. And you know it's fucking crazy when MC is literally dodging the blood that is splattering. He is a different fucking breed. He doing all this while smiling too. And these special effects, bro, he just do a backflip with some fire on his feet. Oh my god, this nigga's so cold. Yeah, he a little fucked up in the mind, but he has to be one of the coldest niggas I've seen in a minute. Bro, this nigga literally had the enemy general on his knees praying to this nigga because he can't hit him. He started seeing this nigga as a Buddha, and then he just goes out from blood loss. After that, the battle's pretty much over, and so is the anime. I mean, there's 3 more episodes after that, but nothing major happens in them. Like the last 3 episodes are pretty much filler. So I see no purpose in me putting it in the video. So I'll just leave y'all with a message. Well, not really a message, more like a command. Watch this shit if you haven't watched it. If you have watched it, wait 3 months and then rewatch it. I'm gonna pick up the manga whenever it finishes. Might be my favorite anime I've seen this season. Definitely in my top 20 anime I've seen this year for sure.